Hey guys, thanks for joining me. Friends, family, Corvette owners, and future owners. It's great to have you on this channel. Welcome to what is kind of what I call my home office. And this is the Corvette channel, in my opinion, that I think you need to subscribe to and come back and check on, because we share anything and everything Corvette. Fun stuff, things to do in your car, about your car, marketing information, my experiences, your experiences. Yeah, we have quite the conversations right here on this channel. Today, I thought I was going to give you guys a marketing update in regards to 2024 ordering. So it's going to be a short conversation, but I do have an email and possibly a phone call to go with it that I want to share as well. Oh, and you notice a product placement? Yes, I'm wearing the NCM Motorsports shirt, and that's what we have for you coming up this Sunday on this channel on my Coffee with Conti show, sharing the Corvette experience, kind of an intro to tracking my experience and really more so your experience and what the NCM does there to kind of get you ready to get out of the parking lot, the fun. But again, like I say, don't stop doing the autocross, but to get you ready to go on track and really, truly, what I still need to learn to do and get that confidence where you trust the car, but really enjoy the car, enjoy the driving experience, and really enjoy what your car was intended for in the finesse of the C8. Oh my gosh, it's incredible. In fact, some of the people that you're going to see on Sunday show we spoke with, they said, you know, we're thinking about buying a C8 Corvette, but we wanted to drive it and really feel it. You don't have to worry about being in traffic. You're out there on track and really, truly experiencing Corvette. That's a smart thing to do, so it was neat to hang out with those guys. And again, we're going to share that with you Sunday right here on the channel. The intro to tracking, it's the Corvette experience at the NCM Motorsports Park. It's across the street, in case you didn't know, from the Corvette Museum in Bowling Green, Kentucky. So real short conversation on ordering. I thought I was going to have that marketing information as far as what GM's intentions were for 2024 allocations this month, what the production information was going on with the plant now that the strike's over. There's still some parts issues. In fact, I think it was either one full day or at least a shift was shut down the other day. Again, it was the cradle issue. So there is no cycle. We didn't get the information as far as how many quantity we'll have to order for November. We're going to get that information next week, and then it'll be things are a little funky. They had like 3 cycles in October, so everything's kind of shifted out of kilter right now. Now you've got Thanksgiving for this month, so allocations actually will be tagged and released later in November and into early December. So keep in mind, if you have a new allocation being released, and actually for those of you, many of you at 3,000 status and higher, you're not going to see your cars until after January 1st, but we'll continue every month and maybe sometimes twice a month as we get that information, keep you up to date on what's going on in the marketing sector as far as Corvette and in regards to ordering and allocations and distribution information and constraints, and that's not going to go away. That will continue, unfortunately, but it changes month over month, so it's great to have a conversation with you here on the channel. But for me, day in and day out, I'm not complaining. I feel the frustration. It's hard for me to have the conversations with you guys that want to do business, because answering your hypothetical questions, number one, doesn't make the car come any quicker, and I don't have clear-cut answers to some of your definitive questions regarding if I order today, when will I get this car? And the right answer is to say, I don't know. And this email I'm going to read to you guys in a second is kind of exactly what we've been talking about on camera, off camera. You put a deposit down, which we don't take from you guys because of these unknowns. Chevy no longer tells us in advance how many allocations we have. So it's hard when you look at your lists to determine when and if you'll get placed. And then you have the constraints that sometimes will get you out of, you're like, hey, I've waited forever. No, I want the Z51, or no, I want that carbon fiber dash. Well, then you're going to rotate down and you're going to continue to wait. Those things shuffle around every single time we have an allocation cycle. One of the reasons I do some of these videos. But I know if you've waited a long time with a dealership and you're not seeing the results that you want, you're thinking, man, I've given this guy money, I've waited all this time, holy, I don't want to start all over. Well, yes and no. I'm still taking pre-orders. We're still facilitating orders within reason and faster than you think. right now, as things have shifted and changed over the years of waiting for allocations and production, at least to increase a little bit, and I think it's going to stay up there, and that's always been the intention, is to build a car. It's not like they don't want to not build the car. You guys think that, oh, they're trying to force the market. They don't want to build. Trust me, they want to build as many cars as they possibly, they want to build more than we want them to build. They just simply can't right now. So hence the supply, demand, the delays, and all the stuff that we talk about, all the drama. But I'm telling you, the car really is worth the wait. That's why I enjoy, sometimes I feel guilty, but I do enjoy sharing my experiences around the car. And I paid just like you guys did just to get the car. It was really that commitment to the brand from me that I wanted to do that for you guys. So yes, thank you for those opportunities. Today I'm going to be out of the office for the rest of the day after this video goes up. I'll be back answering texts and emails and calls and things like that Friday and Saturday. But I think you guys need to know that there's still hope and there's still time. What I was going to say is I'm not really taking allocation requests unless I really truly know in my heart at some point I'm able to facilitate that allocation, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. If not, then we have a different conversation, and I'm talking more so for Stingray, Z06 a little bit better, but still some situations to deal with in E-Ray. Man, that's up in the freaking air right now. Production's delayed, and I'm sure we'll get an update when we get that marketing memo next week, which we'll read with you guys right here on the channel. Let me read to you now this email, and I hope that we actually have a decent phone conversation here in a second, and that we're able to share that with you as well. So you get not just my perspective, but a client's perspective, a Corvette would-be, want-to-be owner perspective of what's going on in our marketplace. Hey Rick, it's Joe here. We met August of 22 at Corvettes at Carlisle. He sent me a picture, and I do remember you, man. You're a cool dude. I'm also good friends with the president of the Crossroads Corvette Club. He recommended that I contact you for help and or advice. I watch your vlogs every week on YouTube. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I never imagined, I don't like that he feels like this. Okay, let me share this with you. I never imagined that I would find myself in this situation. How naive. I guess I thought I was special or something. Nevertheless, I really could use your help and advice on how I should handle my local dealership here in Michigan, who has blatantly and admittedly tried to screw me out of my 24 Stingray that I ordered, put money down, and I have a signed contract for. Rick, once you call me, just to be clear, after I explain my situation to you, if your only answer and solution is to place an order with you, then that's what I'm going to do. Rick, I know you're busy and your time is valuable. I would deeply appreciate it if you take a few minutes and give me a call, which we're going to do here in just a second. I respect your time, Rick, so I'll be short and to the point. I know you talk about this stuff all the time on the channel. In fact, it was your 11/7 vlog that made me question my current dealings. I'll admit I'm embarrassed for even having to ask you for your help because I should have ordered from you in the first place. Oh my gosh, Joe. All right, let's give him a call real quick.
Hello, it's Joe.
Hey, Joe, Rickconti, man, what's going on?
Hey, Rick. Thanks for giving me a call. Let me get right to the point. Like I said, I would. I ordered a car from a local dealer here. I was planning on ordering it from you, but when I told them I wanted to order a car, they said, "Well, let us do it." It's like, okay, no problem. Their policy was, you pay $5,000, you get on the list. It's a short list, and we lock in the price, and yada yada yada. I've never had any reason to distrust them.
Right.
I did that, gave them the money. Ironically, we concluded everything on the 29th of September. My gut told me something might change going into the fourth quarter.
Right.
After your show this week, a friend of mine said, double check your deal, because did you see what Rickconti said? I said, yeah, but I'm locked in. I got paperwork signed, yada yada.
Right.
So I called my dealer and asked him about it, because I told him, I said, I want to put stripes on the car. Is that going to cause an issue? He called back. He said, I got bad news for you. You did everything you were supposed to do, but the person who puts the order in didn't put it in until after the price increase.
Yes.
So therefore, we can't honor the contract that we signed with you. You'll have to pay the increase.
Right.
I said, well, why was that my fault? I did it. He said, you did everything you were supposed to do. It's our fault. But if you want the car, you have to pay more. And I thought, well, what could I have done different? Nothing. Is it my fault? Nope.
Right.
If you want the car, you have to pay more. And I said, I understand what you're saying, but that's not fair.
Well, it's unfortunate too. You got a small dealership that doesn't get a lot of allocation. So, in my opinion, now everybody does their business and their business practices and goals and so forth are different. So it's not for me to say. But in a smaller dealer, being that you are a current customer, service customer, etc., I think they probably should have just stepped up and ate it and moved on and called it a day. But obviously, they have different intentions. So I'm sorry to hear that.
Right. The only thing they said they would do, they would talk to the owner who was on vacation when she gets back and see if she will, if they will eat it under the circumstance. And if they don't, then I'm like, well, if I'm going to have to pay more, I'm definitely not going to get the car from you guys. I just can't do it. I have, bad feelings now.
Well, and that's exactly what I talked about in that you're referring to the price protection vlog. And if the order was even entered at 1100 status, as long as it was delivered to the original customer as a sold order within the model year, then technically, yes, it is price protected. It's up for the dealership to honor that. Unfortunately, you didn't get yours entered, so it's a whole different situation in that regard. I'm being discretionary. I'm reprioritizing my allocations. I feel confident if you say, hey, Rick, I want to order a car, that you'll get a car. It's just a matter of when. The cycle is kind of getting a little funky at the end of the year. So anything going in now and even some existing orders are not going to arrive until after the new year, which you're in Michigan, so it's not a big deal. So I feel confident I can get you a car late winter, early spring, if in fact you say, Rick, let's rock, and I'll get it handled. And I don't need a deposit, man. $5,000 I think is exorbitant in my opinion too. So again, to each his own. But I get it. I totally get it.
Okay. Well, yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm supposed to talk to them again on Monday when this owner gets back. Okay. I'm going to let them make the call, and if they're not going to honor it, I'm not going to fight with them. My mom always taught me, don't piss off your dentist and ask them to do a root canal. So if I'm going to have to pay the additional $2,000 anyway, I'm just not going to. I'll just have to go. I mean, I wanted to do it with you just because, you're a cool guy. But I walked into this thinking like, they're down the street, no big deal. It'll be fine.
No, I get it.
No good deed goes unpunished. So
no, I get it. Well, I'll be in Kentucky on Monday. So if something happens Monday, feel free to throw me a text. I'll be in the car most of the afternoon. I'm fortunate. I'm taking my customer from Pennsylvania. I'm actually taking him down to get his museum delivery as he drops his trade-in off. So that's going to be kind of fun. So I'm looking forward to that. But if I can help you, definitely let me know. And like I said, no hassles. We'll get some information. I'm back in the office on Tuesday, get you pre-ordered, entered. And then from that point forward, if in fact there would be another price increase, which I think there's potential of happening after the new year, you'd be price protected at that point going forward. Gotcha. You know what I mean?
Excellent. Okay.
All right.
Rickconti, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
I read your letter on my vlog, and I recorded this call. I don't know if I'm allowed to use parts of it, so I'm just asking in advance if I'm allowed to. Nice of him to allow us to share the phone call. And so there you go. That is real situations. Those are the phone calls and emails and text messages of that type of nature. And just around trying to get the car that we have on a daily basis, hundreds and hundreds. And I make really, truly a valiant effort to get to as many and try to get to everyone that I can. And I admit that I don't, but I try the next day without any diversions to get caught back up. So that's what I'm in the process of doing. Again, I'm going to be out the rest of the afternoon. Quite honestly, I'm mentally toast right now. So I need to chill for the day. I'm pretty tired. Day off didn't become a day off yesterday. So I'm just going to relax a little bit, but there is time for you guys. So I appreciate your understanding. I appreciate the opportunities, and I am looking forward to doing business with you because this car is a freaking rock star. And some of the things coming, spill it, Rick. No, man. There's strong rumors, okay? I feel good that it could be, because there's strong rumors that are Grand Sport's coming. And I'm hearing, I haven't been able to confirm this, but I'm hearing strong rumors, and I hope they don't, but, okay. Mid-cycle refresh kind of mindset to keep C8 going. I mean, just give us some cars, we'll keep it going for you. But they're talking about getting rid of the HVAC wall in 25? What? Come on, man. It contours up through the dash. It's beautiful. That's how you intended the car to be designed. This is probably, go sit in a Ferrari or go sit in a Lambo. This sports car is the most ergonomically laid out, perfect freaking Corvette sports car, period, that they've ever made. Everything's right here at your fingertips. It's beautiful. Sometimes you got to reach down, and those other cars that I just mentioned, screw that. And they're 3 times the price. This is a great layout. I don't know why people, if that's true, I hope it's not, man. I don't know why people complain about the HVAC wall. I mean, there's a button that you can use up on your infotainment screen if you don't want to use this, and you don't want to divert your eyes and hands off the wheel or road to play with this. But I use mine all the time, and it's not a problem. It's really easy. So I guess you would feel more comfortable with it if you drove your car more. I gotcha. Hey, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys Sunday for the NCM Motorsports Park Corvette experience and all kinds of other fun stuff I'm trying to finalize to get ready for you guys. Entertaining stuff, informational stuff. I'm working on a really big informational video that was, well, actually is the biggest video on this channel from 5 years ago. We're going to duplicate that for C8, so stay tuned. Thanks again for your support. Thumbs up this video, make some comments down below, and make sure you subscribe and come back and spend some time with us, especially if you like cool cars and you like Corvette. All right, guys, guess where I am? On the way home, I had to stop here. If you remember, wow, I can't believe, you remember the story when I was coming back from my tracking experience that we're yet to share on the channel from the NCM. I was at Cracker, where's the sign? It's around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Cracker Barrel in Elizabethtown. And that right there is the double curb that I drove over in my Corvette. And I didn't crack the front ACS splitter. Can you believe it, guys? I did. I came at an angle like this, and I drove over this and then went up over and came over the second one. And it almost looks like, you probably can't see it on camera, but it looks like faint tire marks that, those could be from me. I can't believe I drove over this thing. And at the time it happened, it was so loud and everything scraping underneath the car. I didn't turn the camera on to capture some of that content. Usually I'm a content-focused guy, but I was pretty upset. And I just wanted to go home in one piece, and I was worried that I wasn't able to do that. So on the way home from this recent event at the NCM Motorsports Park, I had to share that with you guys. Thanks for watching.